The Broaddus family was thrilled. They found the perfect home at 657 Boulevard in Westfield, New Jersey. A grand 6-bedroom house, a place to raise their children. Hope filled their hearts as they signed the papers. They were finally home.
I loved the house's history.
I pictured our children playing in the spacious yard.
They poured their savings into renovations. This was their dream, a fresh start. They had no idea what awaited them. Just days after moving in, a letter arrived. It was unexpected, and the timing was eerie. The sun was setting, casting long shadows across the yard as Derek walked to the mailbox. The air was still, almost too quiet, as if the world was holding its breath. Addressed simply to the new owner. The handwriting was old-fashioned, almost elegant, yet there was something unsettling about it. Derek felt a chill run down his spine as he held the envelope, its weight heavier than it should have been. Derek opened it, his brow furrowing with each word. The letter was chilling. It spoke of things no one outside the family should know. The words seemed to crawl off the page, wrapping around his mind like a vice.
My grandfather watched the house in the 1920s. He was a stern man, always vigilant, always watching. The house was his life, his obsession. And my father watched in the 1960s. He took over the duty, never questioning, never faltering. It was a legacy, a burden passed down through generations. It is now my time. The responsibility is mine, and I will not fail. The house must be watched, always.
The writer spoke of the Broaddus children as young blood. The term was disturbing, as if the children were merely pieces in a larger, more sinister game. The letter detailed their routines, their favorite spots in the yard, their laughter echoing through the halls. He asked if they had found what is in the walls. The question was cryptic, hinting at secrets buried deep within the house. Derek's mind raced, imagining hidden rooms, forgotten passages, and things best left undiscovered. The letter ended with a sinister question, a question that lingered in the air, heavy with dread.
Will you sleep in the attic? The attic, a place of shadows and whispers, where the past and present seem to merge. It was a challenge, a dare, and a threat all at once.
Fear crept into their hearts. The house, once a dream, was now a nightmare. Every creak, every shadow seemed to hold a hidden menace. Was this a sick joke, or something more? The questions gnawed at them, leaving them on edge, always looking over their shoulders. The first warning had been delivered, and it was only the beginning. More letters came. Day after day, the mailbox seemed to overflow with these ominous messages. Each one was a harbinger of dread, a reminder that someone was watching, each one more disturbing than the last. The words were carefully chosen to instill fear, to unsettle the mind. They spoke of things no stranger should know. The watcher seemed to know intimate details about their lives. It was as if he had a window into their world, a way to see their every move. The letters detailed their comings and goings, their habits, their secrets. He described their daily routines, their car, the color, the make, the model. Nothing was too trivial to escape his notice. Even the contractors working on the house were not spared from his scrutiny. The workers, oblivious to the sinister eyes upon them, went about their tasks, unaware that they too were part of this chilling narrative.
I am pleased to know your names now, and the name of the young blood you have brought to me. The phrase, young blood, echoed in their minds, a sinister reference to their children.
The letters became a terrifying obsession. They were read and reread, each word dissected for hidden meanings. The family could think of little else. The family lived in a constant state of fear. Who was this person? What did they want? The police were called. The letters were analyzed. Neighbors were questioned. Everyone became a suspect. The community was on edge, but the identity of the watcher remained a mystery. The shadowy figure loomed large in their minds, a faceless entity that haunted their every waking moment. The empty streets at night seemed to whisper his presence, a constant reminder that he was always there, always watching. Every neighbor became a suspect. Was it the strange man across the street who stared a little too long? Or the elderly couple next door who seemed to know too much about their comings and goings? The once friendly neighborhood became a breeding ground for paranoia.
The police investigated every lead, but each one led to a dead end. Frustration mounted.
The Broaddusses installed security cameras, hired private investigators, even considered bringing in a profiler. but the watcher remained elusive, a phantom lurking just out of reach.
Life at 657 Boulevard became unbearable. The children were terrified to sleep in their own beds.
I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched.
Once a picture of strength, I was visibly shaken. The stress was taking its toll.
They couldn't live like this anymore. The dream home had become a nightmare. The constant fear, the uncertainty, the lack of answers. It was all too much. They made the heartbreaking decision to leave the house, hoping to escape the watchful eye that haunted them. The Broaddusses sold 657 Boulevard at a loss. After years of torment and fear, they decided it was time to move on, leaving behind the house that had become a symbol of their nightmares. The financial hit was significant, but the emotional toll was even greater. A new family moved in, unaware of the horrors that awaited them. They were excited to start a new chapter in their lives, blissfully ignorant of the dark history that came with their new home. The house, with its charming facade, held secrets that were about to unfold. The letters continued for a while, taunting the new owners, just as they had tormented the Broaddusses. Each letter was filled with ominous messages, cryptic warnings, and unsettling details about the family's daily lives. The new owners felt the same chill that the Broaddusses had experienced, realizing that they were being watched. But the mystery of the Watcher remained unsolved. Despite numerous investigations, the identity of the person behind the letters remained a secret. The neighborhood was filled with whispers and speculations, but no concrete evidence ever surfaced. Was it a cruel prank gone too far? Some believed it was just a neighborhood kid playing a twisted joke, while others thought it was someone with a personal vendetta against the house or its occupants. A stalker obsessed with the house? Theories ranged from a deranged individual fixated on the property to a former resident who couldn't let go. The idea of someone lurking in the shadows, watching their every move, was enough to keep the new owners on edge. Or something even more sinister? Some speculated about supernatural forces, suggesting that the house itself was cursed or haunted. The eerie occurrences and the sense of being constantly watched fed into these fears, making the mystery even more chilling. No one knows for sure. The lack of answers only added to the fear and uncertainty. The neighborhood, once a peaceful place, was now shrouded in an air of mystery and dread. The letters stopped, but the fear lingered. Even after the letters ceased, the new family couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Every creak, every shadow, every unfamiliar face in the neighborhood was a reminder of the unseen threat. The Watcher became a chilling reminder that even in the safety of our homes, we are never truly alone. The story of 657 Boulevard serves as a haunting example of how our sense of security can be shattered, leaving us to question the true nature of the world around us. The Broaddus family moved on, but they never truly escaped the shadow of 657 Boulevard. Their dream home had become a symbol of terror, a constant reminder of the unknown that lurks in the shadows. The mystery of the Watcher continues to fascinate and terrify, a stark reminder that some secrets are better left buried. They lost their home, their sense of security, and their peace of mind. The experience left an indelible mark on their lives, a chilling testament to the power of fear and the enduring nature of unsolved mysteries.